Do any of us really have unconditional love for our spouses or even our children, friends? Like, are we really capable of unconditional love? Like you watching this video now, if they tell you, should I shoot your spouse or shoot you? Are you going to agree to collect that bullet for your husband or wife? You guys already know that when you see Professor Nelo in this background with my book, you guys know that I am here to do the Lord's work. I was really channeling God. I said, God, put your spirit in me. Make me able to do this work and do it well today. And so shall I, in Jesus' name. Amen. Some of you might not want to hear what I have to say, but please, you all need to listen, okay? Are we capable of unconditional love? You people know what unconditional love is, right? Basically, love with no strings attached. It is free love. It is not based on what we get in return, okay? So when you have unconditional love for someone, you can go all out for that person. Any shit they give you, you go collect them. Any shit they dish for you in a plate, you go chop them because you love that person. No matter what that person does, they can never be wrong in your eyes, because that's what God said we should love our neighbor like we love ourselves. And I love myself unconditionally. So we assume that if you are chosen to get married now, all of us we marry. It's assumed that we should have unconditional love for our partners, okay? Be it your husband, be it your wife. You are supposed to shall love the person unconditionally. But do you even love the person at all? In fact, I think I'm even going too far by saying unconditional love, because do you even love you? Do you love your husband? Do you love your wife? Because I know there's a trend now. No? It's a thing now. People are just marrying for convenience. Like, I feel like, oh, me and this person will vibe. It's going to work. We'll enter. My sister, I don't blame you. I do not blame you, because I can like to say love is not everything. If now only love, you they use marriage. Sorry. Sorry. Should we tell them that only love cannot keep the marriage? But hey, I'm deviating. That's not the gist for another day. I'll come back and do that Lord's work. But today we just want to talk about unconditional love, because I feel like a lot of us believe that we genuinely love our partners. A lot of you, not be me and you, make I know they talk us. A lot of you believe that you genuinely love your partners. You believe that this is my one and only. Make I just tell you now, there's nothing like one and only. But anyways, it's one and only for now, like I like to say it. A lot of us just believe that, see, you cannot do without this person. Again, there's nobody you cannot do without in this life. I'm deviating. I feel like I'm enjoying this topic too much. I have my notes. Let me just be going the way I wrote it down. Make I stop the jump up and down. Okay, so unconditional love basically is an active choice to continue loving with no expectations or reward. Okay, example, the kind of love we have for God and our kids. I believe that a lot of mothers make I not talk fathers, make I talk the one I know. I believe that a lot of mothers actually have unconditional love for their kids, right? Or a lot of parents, before they say I said, a lot of parents actually have unconditional love for their kids. But I feel like a lot of married couples or people in relationship, they mistake unconditional love for true love, okay? See, make a differentiate them now. Me where they here, I cannot swear. I cannot chop bullets for somebody. I know fit. God, I know fit, okay? I will not take the bullet. See, I will help you find another person that will take the bullet, but I will not take the bullet. True love basically means a love that when you're giving something, you expect something in return, okay? According to definition, true love is just a feeling, okay? Liking someone in a more superficial way. We are all superficial, we agree. Something draws you to the person, and most times you don't really stop to think if you really like that person or not. Hey, these people did not lie, because you see, a lot of people, we talk about this all the time. A lot of people get married for the wrong reasons. Like, something draws you to the person, you focus on that one thing that you love about the person, and it's almost like, hey, you get blinded. And 1 year into the marriage, it go hit you. That's when you now start seeing the things that you did not see before, and you just realize that it was actually superficial love. A lot of love that we have for our partners, it is superficial. See, if not, people will not be getting divorced. I know God said, but if it is doing, God said, if it's easy, you watching me, you should do it. A lot of us, it's hard to keep giving and not receive anything in return. Like, I don't see myself as someone that can keep loving if I'm not getting the same love in return, or at least something in return. Say, I'm showing you so much love now. In return, you don't really show me love, but you show me care, which I don't know how it's going to happen. See, don't quote me on this. I'm just saying, for you to care for someone, you love that person, kind of ish. Anyways, in return, you might not be showing me love, but the care. Okay, let me not even use care, please. You don't even love me, self. You live on the streets. You know all the streets men. When people ask, why do all these women that stay with men on the streets stay with them? They might love them, or maybe they're there for the money, whatever. But they are staying there for what they're getting in return: the money, the comfort, the good life. Do you understand? Superficial love You watching this video, you do not love your partner unconditionally. You don't even, love might not even be there at all. You might just be there superficially for what you're gaining at the moment. That's why you see couples, they start having issues later on in life. Like sometimes, not, I'm saying later on, like it's far. Sometimes it's even 1 year, 6 months after marriage, when the honeymoon phase, wash from your eye. You see them, they start having issues because that one thing that drew you to the person, obviously you're not living with the person, you're not seeing so many things that you did not bargain for. If you really truly love that person, the way God said we should love, trust me, you're going to deal with it. You're going to collect the shit, like I said, and you will chop it and you swallow it and you thank God for giving you this shit, and you're just going to keep praying and praying and praying and just hoping and still loving the person. But that is such a hard thing. Like, I don't know any human that can actually chop that amount of shit and remain. Like, I don't know any human that will not fall out of love by chopping this amount of shit that I'm talking about, because it's a lot. One thing I also want to talk about is self-love, okay? Love of self and having a high regard of your well-being and happiness. When I want to talk about this, I feel like a lot of people actually like this one. So it's even hard to love unconditionally because you don't even love yourself first. Love of self, for me, should be the first love everyone should have. Like, it's the first love I'm trying to teach my kids. Like, love of self is something I take so personally. See, I don't mind everybody like hating me. I don't mind everybody thinking a certain way about myself. As long as I personally don't think that about myself and I love myself and I'm happy with the way I'm behaving and I'm happy with myself, trust me, I'm good, okay? I'm very, very particular when it comes to love of self. This putting yourself first and not sacrificing your happiness, a lot of people obviously are for this now, but a lot of people see this as being selfish. But what people fail to realize, you should love yourself selfishly, okay? I'm trying to prioritize my happiness now in life. I've not always been that way. Before I used to be a people pleaser. Now I still do something to, should I say please people or to make people I love happy? But for the most part, that thing must also make me happy. Do you get? Like, I am not going to sacrifice my own happiness to make even my husband happy. Even my children, sometimes I'll tell them, see, I want you to be happy, but myself, I want to be happy. So make I do this one first. When I finish, I'll do that own and both of us will be happy. Because I cannot give what I don't have. Even when it comes to my husband, my friends, like, we are in relationships, right? We're in this life, people are always needing or wanting something from you. And when you keep giving, when you keep pouring, trust me, you're going to empty yourself. There's so many things I like doing, and my husband doesn't particularly like doing it. I do not stop doing it because he doesn't like doing it. Oh, no. I will do that thing. He might not even like me doing it. It makes him, I don't say unhappy, but he might just not like me doing it. But I know I'm not doing anything wrong and it's something that makes me happy. I'm still going to do it. Obviously, it's different if you're doing something wrong or bad. As long as I know I'm not doing anything wrong and nothing I'm doing makes me happy, I actually prioritize that happiness, because it's a very simple thing, but a lot of people fall into that trap. You keep trying to please. Oh, my son is not happy to do this, I will not do it. What my children think? What my mother think? What my father think? What will everybody think? Trust me, you're falling into a pit. Self-love. And I feel like a lot of people actually like this, because that's why a lot of people end up in bad situations where they're being maltreated, they're being abused, they're being both verbally, physically, emotionally. Situations where people are just using them and dumping them, where people are taking them for granted, but they remain in such situations because I don't even think they know their self-worth. They don't love themselves enough to believe that they deserve better. See, all in all, the big question that I'm trying to ask, I don't want this video to be too long because I just come here to ask you people questions today. The big question I'm trying to ask is, do you have unconditional love for anybody self in this life? Forget husband, because that one, day. Forget wife, day. But do you really have unconditional love for anybody in this life? Who like, say somebody come out now and say, you or the person, choose one person to die and you're going to choose yourself. Who? Obviously, a lot of women will say their children. Again, I say women. I don't know about men. I don't know about fathers. Some of them will say their children. Yes. Let's just give it to them. But like, who is that person apart from your kids? Let's not include kids here, because I feel like a lot of us, God forbid, I can never be alive and let anything bad happen to any of my children. Do you get? As long as I have a choice in it. So like, do you really have unconditional love for anybody in this life? You know when they say ride or die, like ride or die, like, do you really ride for somebody enough that you are willing to die for that person? Let me just tell you, I know you might be trying to think it in your head, but the simple answer is hell no. Hell to the no. But hey, let me answer for everybody. You should let me know in the comment section, like, what is actually the stupidest thing or the dumbest thing you've done for love? Or you've done when you think or when you thought that you were in love, when you thought that, you are in a good situation. What is the dumbest thing or the stupidest thing you've done? I feel like this is going to be crazy reading. So let me know in the comments. All in all I'm trying to say again is that our love for each other, our love for one another is actually dependent on certain things, on what they also bring to the table. And I even say we have unconditional love for our kids. I know I'm trying to summarize, but then I'm deviating. But at the end of the day, if we really do have unconditional love for our kids, why do people disown their parents? Why do people disown their children? Why do people cut ties with their families and vow never to, see them again? And people are happy living life without being in touch with their family, without caring, without communicating. People are just okay surviving without those people that you're actually supposed to love unconditionally. See, this unconditional love will be like saying a scam. I feel like the one person that I can swear for is God, though. Okacha Chineke. I don't know any other person. Anyways, this thing I'm saying is just general nonsense. I don't know what I'm saying. Do not take my word for it, though. But see, if you have anything to add, just let me know in the comments. Hope you guys enjoyed me doing the Lord's work today. See, God touched my heart. God said some of you are busy deceiving yourself, so I need to come and tell people the way it really is. But let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll catch you guys in my next one.